Hi, this is Dr. Melissa Gracious, and in this video I will be talking about calming down. Calming down. Specifically, how to overcome feelings of overwhelm. Calming down. And there are lots of ways to approach this, but here are some basics. Step number 1, acknowledge reality. Acknowledge reality. When I'm first working with a client in a coaching situation, they often come to me because they are feeling overwhelmed. So step 1 is okay, let's make a list of everything that you have to do. Everything that you have on your plate right now. All the actions, because typically their lists are incomplete, old, outdated, whatever, if they have a list at all. Sometimes it's just an amorphous blob of tasks that are causing stress and causing them to wake up at night of, oh my goodness, I've forgotten to do this, or I have so much to do but I don't know where to start. So step 1 is to acknowledge reality. Get it all down on paper. Sometimes it's as bad as you think it is. Sometimes the number of things you have to do is overwhelming. Sometimes, however, it's not as bad as you think. And it may seem more doable once we get it down into a productivity system. But step number 1 in either case is to acknowledge reality. Make a list of everything that you need to do between now and the conceivable end of time, at least that you can conceptualize right now. Because then we go to step 2, which is to make decisions. Make decisions on those things on your list. I like the McGee's 4 Ds, the letter D, 4 Ds for decision making model for this step. And the 4 Ds are do it, delegate it, defer it, and dump it. Okay, and that is what McGee has said is a great, or the 4 things that you can do for something on a list. You can do it yourself, you can delegate it to someone else, you can defer it until later, or you can dump it, make it go away entirely. When we're in a situation of overwhelm, I recommend reversing that. The first thing you need to do to this list is look and see what you can dump. What can you dump off this list? What just does not need to be done? What went on the list with the best of intentions but really is just never going to make it to the top of the priorities? So what can you dump? Second, what can you defer? What is not a high priority? It needs to be done at some point. It doesn't need to be dumped. It needs to be done at some point, but not now. Not now. What can you defer? Third, what can you delegate? And even if you aren't a manager or someone who has people who report to you, you can still delegate by outsourcing, finding assistance for tasks that are taking up your time, maybe personally, that you could then redeploy that time to something else professionally. So what can you delegate? And then lastly, what's left? What do I need to do myself after I've dumped, deferred, and delegated? What do I need to do myself? So make your list and then make decisions on that list. Be brutal during your decision-making process. Third, and this one's counterintuitive, but my friend and colleague Dan instructed me at one point in my career, slow down to speed up. Slow down to speed up. Our default when we are confronted with a lot of things to do is to knuckle down, just start working really, 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 really fast. But that leads to speed errors, judgment errors, rework, and all sorts of things. The counterintuitive approach is to be more effortful and intentional with whatever has survived the 4D decision-making process and the things that I still need to do myself. Slow down to speed up. If I am more thoughtful with my tasks, I will often get them done with less time. I will be less prone to try to multitask, which is extremely ineffective as a way to work. So slow down to speed up. So first, acknowledge reality. Second, make decisions. Third, slow down to speed up. And fourth, take preventative measures to keep this from happening to you in the future. You've done things to help your situation right now, but an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? Brainstorm how you got into this situation. Did you not have productivity systems? Were you procrastinating? Were you multitasking? Were you saying yes too much? Were you not delegating early enough or at all? Brainstorm what could prevent this. And if you need, especially if you need help with step 4, that's what I do with people. I am a productivity coach. I work one-on-one with clients to help them get out of the cycle of overwhelm, overwhelm and okay, to a work situation that's much more steady. Reach out to me online. My website is melissagratias.com. That's MELISSAGRATIAS.com. And there's a contact form on my website where you can reach out and say, hey, let's talk. I offer a no cost to you initial assessment where you'd ask me some questions, I ask you some questions, and I help you make decisions about whether productivity coaching has a good return on investment of time and resources for you. So do not stay in your perpetual cycles of overwhelm. You can do things to get yourself out of it, and I'm here to help. My name is Dr. Melissa Gratias. Have a great and productive day.